Thank you. Oh my gosh, that worked. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Yeah, it's streaming live. Yay! My first live stream. Hi guys. No, not yet. I can see. Now one person. Are you viewing it? Okay. Excited. See what God does. No. Can you hear me? Please let me know in the live chat so I can know. And can you hear me clearly? So I'd like to know. Please let me know. Mhm. See. Audio, audio. Yeah. What? Oh, it's unsteady. No, no, no. It's unsteady. Okay. Please let me know if you can't hear me so I can readjust if I have to. Today's video is going to be a Q&A, which I'm excited about. It's my first live stream. I just hope that I can answer all questions. If I can, I will be honest about it. And if I have to, I may have to ask someone and get back to the story. So I'm ready just to hear what questions you guys have for me. And I'm excited. Good. Okay. Any questions? Any questions? Let me know. Well, while we wait, I want to share with you something I read on Twitter or in the news. Actually, I saw it on YouTube. There's a video about a kid that has Down. It's not Down syndrome. Dwarfism. An Australian boy. He has dwarfism, and he was being bullied. It really made me upset seeing people treat someone so poorly. He's only 9 years old, and he was talking about he wanted to kill himself. Um, oh, let me share. Oh yes, that's a good question. That's a good one. Oh, for me, since I have a learning disability, and you can't probably tell unless I read. What it's like is sometimes you feel like um, you, well, at least for me, I feel like sometimes I don't have a disability until I'm reading. I mean, so I see the fulfillment as a normal person, but I know the stigma of having a disability because I know that I don't read like everyone else because my brain doesn't capture information the same way as everyone else does. So when this is the experience I had recently, I was reading to a child that has autism, and I was reading the book, and I realized there's still some words I cannot pronounce. So I'm like, but I always try my hardest. So being a person that has a learning disability that's not as obvious as someone that just has a physical limitation, like a wheelchair, to like you physically can see. Um, I feel like people look at that differently than a person that, like, for example, like I said, mine is not physical, so you wouldn't know unless I tell you about it. Anything else? Um, but I do. I may not have. I do have learning disability, but I also have a little bit of a physical one. I was born with this with this condition called it's called tight heeled ankles, and sometimes when my feet get numb. Sorry about that. It became an accident. Um, I have issues with my foot going numb, and I have issues with my foot going numb and asleep, and it causes me to walk with kind of a limp, or I guess you would say. Like, I walk weird sometimes, so knowing that that is evident to see, it kind of makes me a little bit ashamed. But there's nothing I can do about that part. There's nothing I can do about it. Let's see. Do you find yourself having explained to adults why you process information differently and due disabilities does this frustrate you? Um, no, it doesn't frustrate me. I just want them to. It doesn't. Well, I'm gonna explain the first part of this. I mean, the last part of the question frustrated me. Having to tell them about my disability. I just want them to understand why I may interpret information differently, so they're not um, so they can better um, help me to um, complete a task. I think that's the best part of doing things. And you said, do I find myself having to explain to people why I process information differently? No, I never had to, but I do just so people are aware of what challenges I may impact my job or may impact something that I'm doing. Any other questions? You can even ask me about, like, since I said I work with autistic kids, you can even ask me about anything you think about that too, if you want. I may not have all the answers, but I'll try my best to answer what I can. Do I ever blame God for being differently able and how do I overcome that? No, actually, I don't blame God for, well, I don't think I have blamed God for making me differently able. It just makes me understand that people learn differently or think differently. And how did I overcome it? A lot of hard work, a lot of hard work. There was a point in during college where I actually almost got kicked out of school because I got an activation my first semester because of let's be honest, I didn't want to admit that I needed some help, so I didn't do what my mom told me to do. She told me, Mariah, she's like, you need to go to get some tutoring for statistics because it's one of those things for me, since I know my disability affects things that are inferred or things that are abstract, it causes me to have to get help on those kind of things. So I didn't, and then I got a D and like three C's, so I got freedom of academic probation, and I've always had it. It's just kind of a thing where it gets frustrating at times because you work so hard to a point and you're like, I don't want to keep working hard all the time. So that, yeah, I just, like I said, I had to push myself very, very difficultly, and having a good support system behind me helped me, as well as God helping me. Because, to be honest, I wouldn't have made it day one till now if God wasn't behind my back and beside me through it all. Any more questions? Anyone else want to ask some questions? It doesn't have to just be one person. It doesn't have to be detailed or about my ability. It can be about things I may know of too. Well, I'll share a little bit about how I kind of got started on this journey for me with dealing with kids that have autism or kids that have special needs. I realized back when I was about maybe 9, 10. Oh, why did I start my YouTube channel? I started my YouTube channel. Well, actually, let's be honest. First, God told me that's the main reason. Second, I really wanted to inspire and encourage people of all kinds that have disabilities. Doesn't matter if they're small or big. I want people to know that regardless if you have special needs or going through certain things. I mean, able-bodied and special needs, they're both humans, and I want people that I feel are forgotten sometimes to know that I see them and I may not know exactly what they're going through, but I understand part of what they're going through. I want to inspire them in any way I can. Good question. Um, any other questions before I tell you how I kind of got into dealing with special needs kids or people? Well, as I was saying, when I was about 9 or 10, I was taken out of my reading class because I read on a grade level with some other kids, and we actually got to go to a class with that had special needs kids. And I remember this particular girl, I don't know why I did, her face was still in this day. Um, but she had autism, but she was also nonverbal, so which means she didn't speak. And I don't know why, but I remember going up to him actually showing me the read this. And to me, that made me feel a little bit important because I know, I mean, I can read, but I may not read well. But it made me kind of feel important, and I know that it just it blessed. It made my heart feel happy. So being kids that like are disabled, but they still have love in their, and I can. It's funny because you can still see it even like it's not she was non-verbal. I could see enjoying her days when I would like reach her, and it was really cool. And since then, I've been working and volunteering with kids that have special needs. I even one summer I volunteered at a summer camp for kids that have special needs. It was really cool because we got to see all different kinds of kids. Um, some had Down syndrome, some had autism nonverbal. I worked with uh, kids that have autism and are verbal, but I've also worked with nonverbal. It's really cool to see just because they're nonverbal, they still communicate the same way they can't speak or vocalize what they want, which is a little bit probably very frustrating for them. And I think it would be good for some parents to do if they have a kid that's nonverbal. Um, and this is my opinion, is that maybe try to learn signs in order to communicate with them in order to be able to communicate with the child and the child to be able to communicate with you so you know what they want and what they need. Any other questions? Some advice I think I would give parents with special needs children are to always the child's needs are, just to see what they're just to see what. Wait, can you guys hear me first before I finish what I'm saying? Can you still hear me? Please let me know. Like I was saying, I would give the parents that have special needs kids first get them tested. Be gentle. I know it may be frustrating. It's a long time now. You want your child to have the best. I think what happened personally for me, my mom. I guess you could tell there was an issue. Um, get them all the help they need and support. If it means you have to get them an aid or one-on-one, maybe you might want to try doing that. If you want to do some product tutoring, you may want to do that. Try to make sure you meet all their needs, not their wants, but their needs. Like if they have, first of all, I think what is important is to get an IEP, which is individualized educational plan, which you lay out all the needs you have for your child. So, like for example, if they struggle in reading, maybe tutor for that, or one-on-one training, or like specialized things. If they have behavioral issues that go with their disability, I think you should maybe talk to a behavioral specialist. Um, I think that it's important to know what the child needs so you can uh, help them the best way you know how. Like they probably already saw there was a need there, so they got me all the help they needed. But sometimes I know for reading I had a tutor. I had all my things that I needed in my IEP. Things like if I need extra time that was there. If I needed one-on-one support that was there. If I needed like being read to instructions. I don't know if that was there, but I know people have scribes for theirs. Some people have scribes. Some people have behavior plans. Some people. It depends on what each child needs. So just try to support your child the best you can. That's my advice. But also, this is me speaking from a child's perspective. I don't know from a parent's perspective. It's the same thing. This is what I would do if I was a parent, but I'm not a parent yet. Um, but I really think my parents did a great job of providing all this, getting all the support I needed. I mean, I hope that each parent tries to get the support that each of their children need. Whatever I'm not sure what disability depends on that. How you can plan out like the IP and all the other accommodations they need. So I can't touch on those because it may be different for each person. But these are really good questions, and it actually makes me have to think, which is good. I was hoping that these questions I could answer and questions that kind of challenge me. So that's good. Any other questions? And and if you're afraid to ask a question, I will answer the best of my ability, even if it may you may think it's too challenging for me to answer. Any questions? Any more questions? Sorry about that noise. Some helicopters being helicopters. Um, yeah, I mean, it's one has been questions. I have another story I want to share that I actually saw a dream times out. I was watching. Oh, no problem. Cat Girly. Who is it? Yeah, I think it's Cat Girly. No problem. I don't mind answering questions. Well, I actually saw this story on. Oh, it was on Twitter, and I saw the story. I didn't know WhatsApp because I saw that there was this video about a girl that had autism and she also had clinical depression, and she ended up taking her life, I guess, because I don't know why, but it broke my heart. So that's another reason why I did the video before this one, the video for the stream, which I did last week. It was called How to Cope with Mental Health Issues While Having a Disability, because I just kept seeing a lot of stuff about mental health, and it like was breaking my time. Like, I understand that a lot of people don't take it very seriously, and it should be a topic that should be addressed and shouldn't be bashed because people have real issues that they go on in their life and it should be handled in the utmost care and the utmost respect, and not looked down or cast aside because it shouldn't be talked about. So I hope if anyone is going through any mental health issues, that they do that video, and I hope that if it helps them, let you know, and if you were feelings, and you tell me your story, I'll be willing to listen. And try to listen to anyone because I know, like I said, I've suffered with depression and suicidal thoughts for about 14 years, and I still have those at times. So I'm not trying to make fun of anyone because mental health is a real thing, and I think it's important for people to have good mental health and not poor, bad mental health that can affect others and affect them. So I just thought I'd share that because I just want people to know that they're loved and valued, and that God sees them, and you matter to Him, and you also matter to me. You know, I may not know all of you, but you still matter to me. So just really cool how God is been using like my story to heal me as well as the other people, and I think probably never even know. Um, to think about happening. Any other questions? It's just, I don't know. It's just something about how God has used me in a way that I will never know. What's impacted some of people's life. It just takes me out to acting like, be honest. I had no idea that God would cause me to create this YouTube channel, and like I kept hearing Him tell me, but I was like, no, I'm not gonna do this because you know me, and you know I don't need this kind of attention, but I'm doing this through my anxiety and my fear. Because, to be honest, the reason why this is fearful for me is that I have a fear of being judged all the time, and I have been judged in my past and I've been bullied. So I try my hardest to push past the fear and the judgment to be able to give advice to people that may need it, regardless of how I feel about it. So I just hope this is helpful to someone. It doesn't even matter if it's just one person. I just want it to be impactful to someone's life. Just hope people understand that. I'm not doing it for the numbers or the money or anything. I'm just doing it because of my heart. To not to share things that have happened in my life and things that I think are maybe valuable to other people. You know, I hope that in the end God will get the glory because this is not about me, it's about uh, what God wants for His people, not what I want for His people. Even though people matter to me. You know. Any more questions? Another interesting thing I actually saw was I was watching this again on YouTube. It was actually this girl that had an injury to her spine. She wasn't born with it. She actually I was watching her story. It's actually really sad story because she was talking about how it was really hard after she um uh hit her I think she hit her head on just the bottom of the river and it, I think she said it shattered her C5 and her C6 where she couldn't feel after she hit the bottom of the river she couldn't feel anything in her body. She couldn't feel her legs, she couldn't feel her arms. And he was a kind of story because I was like, wow, like I've never really heard anyone address these kind of issues because I know like a lot of people are very scared to be honest and open about things that really impact their lives, and I that's one thing I'm trying to push past because I know for me, like I said, there were certain videos that were hard for me to make, so I understand why that would be hard for her to make because that impacted her like in a significant way. Um, she eventually she can like do things on her own now, and I mean she's not able to walk, but she's independent now. She for a while she was not able to be independent, which is probably hard for her and frustrating because she's always used to screaming on her own. Now she has to depend on other people. And I know that can be hard for some people to depend on other people when they are disabled. They've either become disabled or already have a disability that is a physical one that they have to rely on other people, which can be hard, probably at times and frustrating because they just want to do things on their own and be independent. And they can't always be independent, which must be hard. To be honest, I don't really know what that's like because I don't have physical disability to the extent of where I need always be someone to do something for me, so I don't know what that would ever be like. Um, like I can walk. I mean, I may walk funny at times because of my ankle, but that's not what's happened. So like 95% of the time it doesn't happen. Um, but one thing, actually, another thing I forgot that my actual physical disability effect is my balance. I forgot to talk about that because of my ankle on my right leg is like 95% like I don't even know how to explain this to you. I was told it's like 95% of the curvature is affected and affects the balance. So if I walk down the stairs, I gotta hold onto the rail, which is annoying at times, but I understand why. It is a it's frustrating as well because I'm like I want to just be able to walk down the stairs and not feeling like I'm gonna fall if I don't hold the rail, but that's life. Sometimes you don't always get what you want in that. But I just try to go on and like do my best with everything. Reading, I do my best. Don't always get everything right, but that's okay. Um, Same with writing because I've not mentioned that previously. I actually when I write sometimes I add words or leave out words that should be there, and that can be hard at times. I get frustrated because I like things the way I like them, and if they're not right, I don't like that part. And I know over time I always one thing I have to do when I'm writing, I have to read over everything I write to make sure it makes sense by it. Either submit it or write it up, um, which can be irritating because who wants to do that every time? Sad. I mean, this is a true story, but I'm reading it. Through college, I would have to actually ask my mom for help with not reading my papers, but reading over my papers because I always, like I said, I always left words out, and I like when people double check my work because sometimes I think something's right, but it's not always like that. So yeah. Yeah. Any questions? Sorry about like this. I'm just kind of talking about what has impacted me and why I'm kind of like the way I am, and I just hope people understand. It's coming from a good place, not from a bad place, ever. on. I mean, like I was saying, my story is not like a hard story. It's not like I came from like I was all the way down here and I had to go all the way up here. Like my story is like I started off having to do hip punch, which is the most irritating thing I ever had to do in my life. Because I was like, how come I can't just know the sounds? Like what the heck? And then I went from phonics, reading. I can read. It's just I have issues when a word is too hard for me to pronounce. Like, for example, sometimes the word I may know something, but I don't know how to say it. Like, for example, the word sequoia. I know how to write that, but I don't know how to say it sometimes. Or it's like, for example, something that can be very easy, like the word obvious. I know how to write it, but sometimes I may not know how to say it. That's actually a new thing. I never had that problem before. I realized as I've gotten older, I have this issue where I'm gonna say a word, but I cannot. I don't know what that is, and it's not. I don't think it's part of my disability. It's just like almost like a misfire in my brain from one to the other little piece. Um, but yeah, I don't really know if people understand that it's sometimes frustrating for kids to have to um be looked at as different. It can be irritating. Like um and it's not because they can't accomplish what is put in front of them. It's just that they have to work extremely hard to get to that point. Like for example, I'm really good at math, but when it comes to like scientific math, I don't know what that is. So yeah, that wasn't so easy. Like math, like adding numbers, I'm good with. Spelling, I'm pretty good at. So um, yeah, and I was told by when actually when my mom has gotten me testing for like I don't know how many times she got me testing, but she got me tested, and I was told they couldn't tell me what my disability actually was. So someone told me since they work with people that have dyslexia, they thought it might be that, but if it is that, it's not the common ones where like you have spelling and math or those issues. I always had an issue with my lefts and my rights. I don't know why. I just have had it, and I noticed it was more profound than when I would do my put my shoes on the wrong feet, and I wouldn't do it intentionally. It's just I can't in my brain. I couldn't tell the difference between the two, so I just put them on the wrong feet. And my mom actually taught me this trick very recently, and I didn't. I finally got it. She told me the curvature of the shoe is the part you look at to figure out what shoe put it on. And I literally didn't know that until like she told me before, but I literally didn't click until recently, and I was like, okay, mom, you're right. Any questions? Sorry about that. I'm trying to make sure the lighting is better because it's crazy. Yeah, so I wanted to. Sorry about that. Any questions, anyone? No, anyone? No questions? I'll be on for about 21 more minutes if anyone has any questions. I'm just happy for all the questions that have been asked of me that I've been able to answer, and I'm really excited to see what other questions people have. And if you don't catch the live stream, let me know if any questions in the comments, but I might be able to answer them. So that's okay. I'm just excited that this is my first live stream, even though it's a couple people, I'm still excited because just really excited to see what God does with this channel. And like I said, it wasn't my idea to start this channel; it was God. So, any other questions? Thinking. And, oh, another one. That's a good one. I was reading something by Jamila. Look at her last name. Well, you guys can probably know her, but like, she's been talking about like her mental health issues and her eating this eating disorder. And I really wanted to mention this because I think it's so sad that people have to think they have to say mean and evil things to people just so they can be heard. I think, and I was writing a message to her. I don't know the character or something, but I was telling her that don't listen to these haters because they think they can just say whatever they want and because they're trying to demean her and trying to belittle her because she's speaking her truth. And they don't like that, and that's okay if they don't like it, but to um, they don't have a right to make her feel less than or little or any of that. Um, I think it's very important to be careful about what you say, the words you speak. Like I said, being a person that has been bullied, I don't appreciate what they're doing because I feel like that's exactly what they're doing, harassing her and belittling her and bullying her in a way, and I think it's disgusting and they should stop. Because I read a message she shared it on her Twitter, and it said last week she was contemplating suicide, and it makes me angry because people don't understand what their words can do to someone. What if she had acted on that? They would have felt. They would have felt. They probably would have just tore her death into made her death into a headbutt, which is really distinct and um, heartless, and it shouldn't be done. So I just want people to know that uh, you need to be careful with what you say and the way you say things. You need to value your words and be intentional about how you treat people. Um, you need to have a heart. Let's be honest. That's what you need to do. Have a heart and remember that this is some child and somebody is a relative. This is not just she's not just a celebrity. She's a person first. She's not a celebrity first. She's a person first. And to make comments based on her past. Like she is a person. Like you, it's not like you haven't gone through anything hard. You may not vocalize it like she did, and she has a right to because she's trying to help other people that's gone through her situation. How I talked about my story. No one has a right to demean my story just because they didn't go through it. If you have nothing, like I said, if you have nothing, like I say all the time, you have nothing nice to say, do not say anything because there's no point saying anything unless it's cool. Um, I just want people to just understand that words hurt more than punches do. It's true. It's so true. It is because your words can affect you as a person. And now punches. I mean, I'm not saying punches don't hurt, but they eventually heal after you get punched. Let's be honest, the scars heal, but words have they have an impact on your life. Like they can control how your life's gonna go. So I just want people to know to choose their words kindly and just value people like you have them because you don't know what they're going to do in their life. Um, you don't know what their mental state is. You don't know anything about what's going on internally. So you got to be careful about how you speak to one another. And, and just it just makes my heart sad. It gives me like a lot of stress and anxiety seeing all this hate being spread in this world. Having a disability, not having a disability, whatever. People are people. It doesn't matter. It doesn't make just because I have a disability or different people have disability doesn't make them less of a person. And that's what I want people to understand. That's what I want them to understand first. Sorry about that. You couldn't understand because this light is kind of glitchy. There we go. So yeah, I just think that's very important. hope everyone that views the video understands what I'm coming from. 'Cause this is just hard for me because, like I said, I don't like these do these videos because I want to help people. And if people hate them, I don't care. That's fine with me. To me, if I'm being disliked or hated, that means I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. And regardless, I'm gonna keep doing what I'm supposed to do, even if you hate me. To me, nothing. But like I said, I want people to know that they're valued, that they matter, and that they're not less than or not good enough because they have disability or are going through any issues that people say are not real or they're fake. Like for example, eating disorders are real, just as real as mental health issues, just as real as people that have body dysmorphia, just as real as people that self harm, just as real as people that uh, have schizophrenia. All the disorders that people say aren't real. That's a crock. Like that's not what. Like for me, I don't have like those. I've had body dysmorphia, but I don't have it anymore. Um, because I've learned to love myself. I used to have problems with my body. I used to thought I was fat when I was not. God help me with that, which is awesome. But yeah, I just kind of want people to just know that they're loved, even if they don't see the love from other people. God loves them, and I care truly about people because I want them to know that they matter. Because at one point in my life, like I said, I didn't realize I mattered, and I want people to know that they matter because um, God is showing me that I matter. So I want them to see through the other God that they matter too, and I just it just makes me so happy to just be alive because there was a point I really not playing. Literally, there was one suicide attempt. I literally almost lost my life, and God stopped me and said, "Nah, I need you to stop." And I know that may be someone that may hurt their heart. I'm being honest because I have to be. It doesn't matter if people don't like honesty and what comes from it. Oh well, but I think for me to be open and honest is the best thing I could ever do because I don't know people's story. Just like people probably think my story is a load of crap, but whatever. Um, it's just I'm just trying to be honest, an honest person that honestly loves people and tries their hardest to inspire and encourage others. And I may not know your story, but if you're willing to tell me, I will listen. I with an honest heart and an open opinion and pray for anyone that needs it. If anyone needs prayer, let me know. I'll pray for you. I don't care if I don't know you. I just want people to see the love of God through this channel as well as through faith. Allowing me to encourage them along the way, along the journey. And I'll let you know. I'll put that in the description on this video. I just want you guys to know that I really enjoyed doing this, but I also had a lot of anxiety, I'm being honest, because for me, I like being prepared and knowing what I'm going to talk about and like having my notes and like going off them when I need to. And that wasn't the case, and that's okay. That just because I'm a Christian doesn't mean I don't make mistakes. I mean, I'm flawed, aren't I? I've sinned, so if I'm being honest, that's what I am. And I try my best to help others in a way that can impact their life in a positive way. I just hope that this video helps someone that need it. If anyone else has some questions that I didn't answer in this video, let me know in the comment section so I can I will respond like I always do to comments. If I know the answer, if I don't, I'll get back to you and let you know what it is. At 10 more or at 10 more minutes I can do. And if anyone has questions during that time, let me know please. Um, Sorry for that spill, but I think it's just important now important mental health and bullying and all this stuff that we're talking about, like coddling. I just think it would be. I just think a lot of the things that society tries to push on us is just can be very damaging. Like how we have to be perfect and how we have to look a certain way and if we don't look that way, then we're flawed and broke and gross. Like for example, we have to be all makeup and have all this makeup and dolled up for girls, and guys have to look perfect and all this stuff. It's ridiculous. That's not realistic. I'm just saying. I'm flawed, just like everyone else, and not any better than anyone else. I mean, God made me. He made me. He made me, and I'm alive. And if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't. If it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be. Because I know from birth, Satan tried to take my life, and that's okay because God has the final say, like I said. Um, I just really enjoy that God is still on throne. He always will be there, and I don't know. He just makes me happy. I'm just really grateful for being able to share my story, and I hope that each video I do impacts someone in a way that they can see God and see through me that there's some struggles, but through my struggles, um, I don't know, God is just showing me a lot through these. God has shown me a lot through these videos, which is really cool to see. But it's kind of scary because through doing these videos, your life is being judged because like, people may not use it, but just because people don't, and they're entitled to it, and just like I'm entitled to mine. And I'm sorry, I'm excited that I could answer all the questions that are asked of me, and I just want to be able to help people's lives and impact them. So I would love to never this, but we help life, and I'm so grateful. And not that God is the one who told me to do this, not because I didn't want to do it. I should say I was scared to do it. That's more. It's not that I don't want to do this video. It's just I was scared to do it because, like I said, this gives when I do videos, they give me anxiety because I have to be straight at the camera, and I have to tell my story. And like I said, I like getting things perfect the first time. So when I get frustrated when I don't get it. Like when I have to take videos, like if I take videos and I have to do like 10, 15 takes, I'm like, no, well, I don't want to, God, but I'm gonna do this to help others. Like for example, the video that I did last week, it took me 4 hours to not do it. I literally wrote up my stuff because I didn't plan this. I wrote up my stuff. I did it in like a couple of hours time, and it was insane because I was like, okay, God, you're gonna have to help me do this because I don't know how to do it otherwise without your help. And I know for you, I don't know if anyone believes in the Lord, but if they don't, I mean, I'm just gonna be honest. I'm gonna probably reference him a lot because he's the one that's gotten me through my journey. If I'm being completely honest, if it wasn't for him and my family, I surely wouldn't have my life. I surely would have like probably been dead like about 14 years ago, and none of you would have heard this testimony. And I know for some people that probably hurts their heart, but I'm being honest. Some people that I talked to, they would have never spoken to me. People that tried to help would have never met me. My family would probably be devastated, and that's all because of some bullying that I experienced, and my self worth was all the way down the road. It's coming up as I have worked through things, but it's still not where I want it to be. And I know at one point it will be. Any questions about my story or anything that you want to hear me question about? I have 5 more minutes. Anyway, anything. I just hope that as go on with my journey, I think the next topic actually I got this it was really kind of cool how someone gave me this topic for there. Um, and she told me what she's dealing with, what she has dealt with in the past, and perceptions of people that have learning disabilities, which I have one, so I could relate to her, with her story or part of what she's telling me because I also have issues with testing. And she was telling me how people would tease her because she'd take longer on tests. And I was like, I told her there is nothing wrong with taking a little bit extra time on tests just so you can understand what you're reading or what the question's asking. Like, I don't want anyone to make you feel bad. And I even recommended that they watch the video I posted out. There is no shame in having a disability because there is none. I used to have a lot of shame, but no more because like I said, God has shown me what I have does not define who I am as a person, as well as my mom. My mom always told me that, and I literally never listened to her. And then I realized she's completely right. She's like, she was like, Mariah, what you have, it should not define your life. The only person that should define what you are is God, because God says that you're His daughter, that you're loved by Him, and it's really cool to see how all the things, all the lies I believed about like who I have been or who I was as a person are starting to dissipate as I'm learning to understand what the truth about my who I am is. It's really really cool. I got about 2 minutes. Any more questions? Any more? I really really enjoyed this. I'm excited to see what, like I said, I'm really excited to see what God does. It's just really, really exciting to see how God is using me as a person that supposedly people would say, but or a person that is crippled, or that's what the world would say, intellectually. But God, like I said, God has kind of say, and all that matters is His opinion. Happy to see how He uses that story in my life to impact others. Even though I only had like 2 to 3 people, I'm grateful for all of you. Grateful to each of one that everyone that watched. And I'm sorry for fumbling over words. Like I said, this is not YouTube for me. I'm trying my best to make sure that I share all the insights that I have. But like I said, I'm not a teacher. I'm a teacher's assistant, but I'm a teacher. I wasn't trained in this. I have volunteers with kids that special needs, but like I said, I didn't go to school for this. It's just the passion God gave me in my heart. Like, when I was a kid till now, and it just spiraled. When I was in college, I know it's really odd, but that was before I graduated. Yeah, about 5 years ago, I finished college. So when I was in college, when I was also while I was in college, I was a business major. That was my major, business major. And I actually did an internship at a nonprofit. And I actually, instead of working with kids, I did one that worked with adults that had disabilities. Through that internship, it was really cool. I actually got to go. We actually hosted like two ADA conferences, and we actually got to see like how buildings have to be up to code, and like if they don't pass the code, they don't pass. They got to start all over. And it was really cool because for me, since I told you this is what my calling is. Just being honest. I know one day I'm gonna have my own business with dealing with special needs kids and like working with their parents, and like it's gonna be really awesome to see what God does in my life. I just don't know when it's gonna happen. I know it's gonna happen because God showed me, but when it's gonna happen, I do not know. Um, and it was cool because I got to see all the specifications. Like a survey came out, and they said this would fail. Like the ramp has to be this wide. The door, like the place in the bathroom stall has to be that wide. It can't be under that, or it fails. It can't be. It got to be this path has to be this wide. It failed. We even got to do our own service, which was really really cool. And most people probably think I'm a dork because I like this stuff, but whatever. Guys, thank you for watching. Love you. Bye.